This is number, up here please. This is number 8 off of our second day. This is Monday and Tuesday. What we'll do tomorrow is we'll do just like we did last Friday. Where we'll talk about half of it, the last half of it, you answer for yourself. I'll mark them and give it back to you. Okay, I want you to keep these going as we go through. This is the second of 4 days, 4 times that we're going to do this. Each one of these will end up being like a quiz grade or whatever. So hopefully it'll help you out. Bruce owns a business that produces widgets. And they use widgets just to represent. He produces something. Doesn't really matter what it is. What matters is that you understand that it cost $10 in materials for him to produce this thing. So your overhead, if you will, is 10W plus 4,000. Because he's got to sell at least $4,000 worth of stuff, or he doesn't make enough money to cover his costs. Okay? He sells each widget for $25. So that 10W plus 4,000 has to be less than or equal to 25W. I want 25W to be greater than or equal to that. If it's equal to it, right with me? He's just covering his bills. $4,000 for the building plus $10 for each one he made. So if he sells enough to solve this problem, that's all he does is he covers his expenses. But for everyone above this that he covers, now he's in the profit. So how would you solve that equation like this? It is. Look, it is. Saying this is less than is the same thing as saying that's greater than. So I divide by 25. Divide by 25. Like he said, me writing the greater than or equal to on that side is the same thing as putting it over here. W is greater than, because see, I can see where it is. So 4,000 divided by 25. 15, thank you. $266.6.
Yeah.
Repeating exactly, or well, it's just rounding that 7 off because how your calculator rounds it off. If these were Casio calculators, they would truncate it. So what's the lowest? Can you say 266.6 or something? Yeah. Okay, 11. It says which equation is equivalent to 4n equals 2t minus 6 when solved for t. So if I want to solve for t, that means you want to end up with t by itself. Again, guys, on 10 marks, these are called literal equations. And there's 10 of them right there. Really and truly, I think on 10 marks, if you keep working, it'll let you keep working until you kind of get tired of it. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's how that one kid I was talking about earlier got to 650. He just kept working. But anyway, 4n plus 6 equals 2t. Okay, then you.
Yeah, then
What's next? 2t minus, so divide by 2, divide by 2. So t equals
4n plus 6 over 2.
Wait, 5.3.
You can't divide one of them. Be careful of that. One of the things that they'll do right there is they'll try to get you to make that mistake. If I wanted to take this right here and say 2 times 2n plus 3 over 2 and cancel out that way, I could. But you cannot, don't do this now. Don't cancel out that 2 with just partially 6. If they had reduced it down to 2n plus 3, that would have been an acceptable answer. But the whole point of this problem is that they're trying to get you to do right here is they're trying to get you to cancel 2 out with that 6. You can't do that. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, if I ask you what 10 plus 5 over 2 is, 10 plus 5 over 2. 10 plus 5 over 2 is 15 over 2. Well, what if I took 2 into the 10? That would leave me with 5 plus 5. That's not the same thing. 15 over 2 is not the same thing as 10. So you can't do that. So that's kind of what they're trying to trick you into messing up right there and doing. Okay? Which equation is equivalent to this thing solved for y? In other words, put it in slope-intercept form. 6 times x is 6x. Very good. Plus 24 equals 2 times y is plus. Excellent. So now I got to get this stuff by myself. So I want to move the 10 to the other side. When I move the 10 to the other side, that leaves me 2y equals 6x plus 14. Notice I kind of moved it. I kind of swapped everything on the sides right there. 6x plus 14 equals 2y. I just took the 2y and put it on the other side so that when I finished, I would end up with an equation that was in slope-intercept form. What's the next step? So y equals 3x plus 7. Probably another way they'll say this too, guys, is they'll have this right here and they'll ask you to compare something that's maybe parallel to it. What does parallel mean? Same slope. What's the slope of this line? Not 3x, 3. Slope is 3, so the parallel line would also have a slope of 3. A perpendicular line would have a slope of negative 1/3. Anybody? This equation can be used to find h, the number of hours it takes Flo and Brian to mow their lawn. So I got 3 and 6. What's the number that goes into 3 and 6? The 6. That'll get rid of the fraction for me. How many times does 3 go into 6? 2 times h is 2h. How many times does 6 go into 6? So plus h equals 6. So 3h equals 6. So h equals 2. So now if, here's the step that we don't seem to think is important, guys, but it's very important that you do this. Take this 2 right here, come back up here and go 2/3 plus 2/6 is equal to 1. Now, why is 2/3 plus 2/6 equal to 1? Who's that? Who's saying it? Say it again. That's right. 2/3 plus 1/3. Guys, while word problems sometimes create more difficulty for us, guys, word problems work. When I take 6 and plug it in right here, I get 6 over 3, that gives me 2. Plus 6 over 6 is 1. 2 plus 1 is not 1. Now, the only problem with going, I'm just going to do everything trial and error, is it would take longer. You with me? Remember now, one of the things that's going to happen on the EOCT, halfway through the EOCT, you've got to be finished with that first block. No quicker than 45 minutes, no longer than 60. So you can't Christmas tree it and go, let me have the second half, because then you still got to wait till 45 minutes. Then at 60 minutes, everybody has to go on to the second section, regardless of where it's at. Is that good?
Yeah.
Tonight, finish up 14 through 19. You can go to 10 marks and do some extra practice if you want. For those of you that didn't do last week, Friday's work, I could use 10 marks there as well. I'll help you as much as I can, guys, but you got to be willing.